if you're watching the video version, thank you. There will be some exclusive things in this video and on the audio version, so I'd like you guys to listen to this and then go onto a streaming platform like Anchor or Spotify and go listen to the rest of it, because there will be exclusive things, and I also need you guys to comment some things that you need advice with or some subjects that you guys want me to talk about. Thank you. What's going on, guys? Today we're back on another podcast, and I haven't filmed one in so long. Last one I filmed was like 2.5, 3 weeks ago with Enrique, but we didn't end up finishing it, so we need to go back and completely finish it. This is going to be a solo podcast today, just like the last one. There's something about this that I enjoy doing, just like vibing by myself, filming a podcast. I don't know, there's something about it that's just kind of relaxing. The past 2 or 3 weeks of my life have been, I wouldn't say boring, but a very niche, like it'd be interesting to a very like niche of people, if I'm using that word correctly. I believe I am. But I've really just been focusing on business because I'm trying to start this media group, as I talked about in the video that went up on Wednesday. I've had this idea for around a year. I'll go deeper in it, but what the gist of it that you guys need to know right now before I get deeper into it, I'm starting a media group. I don't have a set name. I'm bouncing around with a few different names, but the premise of it is that me and a few of my friends are going to just work as hard as we can to see where we can get. So I'll get into it a little bit right now, and then I'll fully explain it as I go on. So the idea for this media group is that me and a few of my friends are just going to try to work as hard as we can. I had this idea around January and February of 2020, and then with the whole COVID thing, I really started focusing on YouTube and my school and just trying to have fun. So this whole thing got pushed back a year. This was all meant to happen during 2020, but it just never ended up happening. So the idea of it now is that me and my friends are going to try to work as hard as we can to make other people's lives more positive through filmmaking and photography. Before, it was just going to be me and Ricky filming it and taking pictures for other people. But what I've been doing for the past 2-3 weeks is trying to make the most high quality videos for you guys, so I can make you guys smile, so I can just make your guys' day better, because I know there's so many people around me that I know I make them smile so much just through my videos. I was having a conversation with my friend Cole about this in gym the other day, and he was like, honestly, your videos make me smile a lot, and I'm glad that you're making them. And there was the first video that's public on my YouTube channel is called Soccer Kings Meetup 2018. It's just me and my friends playing soccer and being stupid. I knew it was going to resurface at some point, but I didn't know when. I didn't know it was going to be now. I've gotten sent so many Snapchats and just random videos of people watching that video and just laughing so hard. I'm glad I can make people laugh. That's the biggest thing for me. And just being myself, and even if it's a past self from 4 years ago, that's still great to me. It's still so sick to know that I can impact people's lives positively. So that's the whole idea for this, is just to create the best content for other people and to impact their lives and try to have them get into it. Just spread positivity. One of the name ideas that I have is Seek Positive Media Group. So it's all in the name, and we're going to work with very specific clients. We have big plans for this. Big plans. So let's just find a random topic that I wrote down in my notes. So we'll go right here. Social media. First things, confidence/cocky, half-ass solutions, body positivity. This is going to get really controversial. I'm not trying to get canceled, but this is going to be my opinion. We can agree to disagree. In my eyes, there's a very, very big difference between being cocky and confident. There's a very big difference between being cocky and confident. You can disagree with that. That's your opinion. I'll keep my opinion. You can keep yours. But what the way I see it is that when you're cocky, you just think the whole world revolves around you, that you can just be better than anyone, which, I mean, for some people, that can be a really good mentality to help them level up. But there's a difference in between being cocky and confidence that I see. And confidence. There's a difference in between being cocky and confident. Confident is like, you know your ability. You're not going to blow it out of proportion to make you seem better, to make you seem more attractive, whatever it is. You're just going to be real. I guess you could say you're being a realist. You're looking at it from a real standpoint. So what I would say, like, for example, for me, basketball. A lot of people say that, like, when I play basketball, I'm really cocky. Like, I just try to hit shots that I'm never going to hit. And it makes me think, like, yeah, I might not hit the shot, but what if I do? How can I level myself up? How can I be the best player? Because things that have rhythm for me help me so much. I think I hinted about that in the podcast I filmed with Enrique. But there's something about just having a constant rhythm, like basketball, like when you're dribbling or you feel your feet hitting the court. And then there's just like there's a difference between a classroom looking at you and like an auditorium or a stadium. Well, not necessarily a stadium, like a gym. Just looking at you. Like for basketball, that's the thrill. It's like, I need to do my best to make these people excited and make them smile. That's my goal for literally every single thing. So my goal for my videos, especially my vlogs, is to make people smile, because I know that vlogs have saved a lot of my mental health. My mental health has not been good over the past 2 years by whatever means. I'm not going to say I have it, but I feel like I do. By the descriptions I've heard, it sounds like me. High functioning anxiety. Overthinking, kind of subconsciously, constantly. Like constantly, subconsciously overthinking. It happens a lot. Today's a Monday, and I woke up and I just felt like I was like, let's get the day done, let's go. You're gonna get the bag. I was just being really optimistic about it, and then like my fourth period hits at school, and everything just slowed down. From first through third period, it was all so fast. I was like, okay, we're doing good, let's go. And then fourth period hits, and I don't know. I just felt off at that point. It just felt like something was wrong. So kind of killed the whole vibe, but that's okay. Then once I got to my fifth period, that's my gym class. So I was there's something about being active that's just fun for me. That was, I don't know, it was an okay class. Then I had my lunch and my advisory. Then I got on my math, and I was thinking, like, what in the world am I doing with my life? How can I make the best business plan? How can I make the most amount of money to get to the point where I can build this car? A really big goal I have is to buy a WRX. I want a WRX so bad. There's something about cars to me that just, they're so interesting. It's like skateboarding and cameras and computers. It's just another thing, and it's so obtainable. Any physical object is obtainable with the right mindset. You can do anything with the right mindset. Like I'll hear people be mad. They'll be like, this person did this person did that. And it's like, you're completely, like, my thought is you're in complete control of your own life. It's all through your actions and the way you interpret it. That's the only way you can control it, is through your emotions and your reactions to things. That's the only way you can control it. And once you can gain control over that, you can conquer your whole world. But when you think about it, a perception is seeing life, and seeing life is through your eyes, which is delayed. So you can never live in the present moment. But through living in the quote unquote present moment, like staying lucid, I guess you could say, just living in your moment and try not to overthink things, just being happy that you're living in this moment, that can be some of the most difficult things to do. I don't know what it is. That can just be extremely difficult, especially for me, through social media even. Like, when you think about it, social media is a highlight reel of people's lives. My social media is a highlight reel of my life, honestly. You guys haven't seen a lot of my terrible mental health, the late nights where I just sit there wondering, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What is my value? Do I have a value? I don't know. It's just it's a very weird subject to talk about if you haven't been through it. Like, well, not weird. It's just a weird interpretation of it. Different weird outlook, I guess you could say. So, next thing with that is half-ass solutions. This is going to get controversial. I feel like the definition of a half-ass solution is something that you're not putting effort into because you don't have a real passion to fix it or do it. Well, it's specifically a solution. So that would be, like, say your bumper breaks and you need to get it fixed and you just like duct tape it on. That's like a half-ass solution. You don't have a genuine passion to get it fixed. Or like you want to start photography, but you just don't have the courage to do it. Like, you want to do it, but it's like, what if it fails? And then you go and get like something. I'm not going to say gear matters a lot, because if you have raw passion, you'll make anything work. But for like street photography, like night rainy street photography, a very specific thing that does well on social media, that you need a low f-stop lens. You need like a at least 24 megapixel camera to make it look good on social media, which is really dumb in my opinion. But yeah, you can make the cut with something else. The what's it called? The 1DX Mark II and 3 have, what, 20 megapixel sensors? Megapixel count doesn't mean very much, but there's something about saying like, oh, I have a 48 megapixel sensor in my Sony A7R4. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me how much all of this revolves around numbers. So I feel like that's like, even having it revolve around numbers is even like a half-ass solution. So my outlook on that is, like, say you end up hurting someone, like, emotionally, and you just tell them sorry, and don't give them the reason why you did it. Don't give them, like, good reason of validation. That is a half-ass solution. There's no raw effort. So working with one of those solutions, you can definitely do a lot with it. That's only if you have raw passion and emotion for it. I feel like raw passion and emotion is so glorified and lost even in this generation. I feel like the word simp is really overused and out of context. From what I've heard, the definition of simp is a guy that uses a girl to see it in her pants. But I feel like a lot of people have been using the word simp as someone who is caring about a girl or the opposite gender. So the word simp gets taken out of context then. Like, how do those two correlate? I've been called a simp a lot. Let's be honest, the girl I was with for a while, my name in her phone was Simp. for a while. I don't know if I should come out and say that, but I'll leave it in. I'm going to be completely and 100% honest with you. Excuse my French, but there's no fucks given on this podcast. We're just going to be completely raw. We're going to be completely in the moment. That's the whole premise of this podcast, just to get everything out. Share all your thoughts, get everything out. So, with that, I didn't know how to feel about it. And I feel like a lot of quote-unquote relationships in Gen Z have so many background insecurities with them. Especially mine. Let's be honest, with mine. That was my first, I'm still in middle school. Telling these stories like this literally makes me feel like I'm in kindergarten again. Just I don't know. But this was my first interaction like that. Well, not interaction, relationship, I guess you could say. Stupid teenage relationship type stuff. This is my first interaction with that. And that's because I've been cucked by so many females before because I have no clue what I'm doing. This goes into the complications with me and my family and them not agreeing with a lot of the things that I do and just kind of being my own self and learning how to be independent. Well, pretty independent at a young age. I never had a dad to tell me what was right and what was wrong and how to treat someone. I learned it through doing things wrong. I feel like failure is the best way to success, honestly. My dad never sat me down and explained you have to open the door for a girl. You have to pay for her food or wherever you're going to have it be a quote unquote gentleman move, or have everything planned out and always make the first move. And I feel like a lot of that's evolving, what's polite and what's proper etiquette. I feel like that's shifting to more female, which I'm not gonna get into that. But I never had that. I just learned by seeing other people's actions and seeing their results and applying that to my life and seeing the other results. An excuse I see a lot is he's too nice. And my outlook on that is you don't deserve that, man. Because if, say he's being called a simp, he's being viewed as a quote-unquote simp, he is being vulnerable with you. That's something that's so hard to do, even in Gen Z, is be vulnerable with someone and be honest and raw with them. There's so many people who just put on this completely fake persona. I feel like I accidentally do that. When I'm mad and I just block all of that emotion from coming out, I feel like I'm putting on a fake persona. And I don't try to do it. It just happens because I don't want to bring the vibe down from the people around me. I know what happens, but I don't want it to happen. That would just suck so much for me. Just knowing that I'm bringing a vibe down, that's oh my God. That just hurts for me because my goal is to make everyone happy. And I feel like that's part of that's one of the things I've heard is part of high functioning anxiety is trying to make everyone happy. And I feel like especially in Gen Z, you get taken advantage of for that because it's hard to find a genuinely nice person. I don't know. That's just my experience. That's just my outlook on it. We can agree to disagree. I'll keep this one short just because I don't want to ramble on for too long. That's a few brief things that I'll get into on this one, and I'll get deeper into them on another podcast. If you listen to this point or watch to this point, thank you. I appreciate you a lot. You're a great person. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you get everything you've prayed for if you're religious. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you guys later.